Hello everyone, in this video I'll be talking about antibiotics. Antibiotics, as we all know, they are used to kill pathogens. There are many types: antibacterials, antivirals, antifungals, but today I'm going to focus on antibacterials and more specifically cell wall synthesis inhibitors. And the reason that they're called like that is because they target the cell wall of bacteria. And cell walls is a specific characteristic of bacteria, so it's not present in humans. This is why we say that antibiotics have selective toxicity, meaning that they target bacteria without harming the host. So to understand how cell walls are inhibited, we need to understand how they're formed. So bacteria produces an enzyme called transpeptidase. This enzyme is very crucial in the cell wall synthesis. As you can see in the diagram, it helps put two molecules together, forming the cell wall. So to inhibit cell wall synthesis, we need to inhibit this enzyme, and this is by cell wall synthesis inhibitors. We have two types, beta-lactams and non-beta-lactams. Today I'm going to discuss the beta-lactams group. Beta-lactams are called so because of their structure. There are 6-aminopenicillinic acid, and they have a beta-lactam ring. This is a standard structure in all antibiotics, and what changes is the groups around this ring. So penicillins, specifically at the site of beta-lactam ring, binds to transpeptidase enzyme and inactivates it. So this enzyme cannot build up the cell wall of the bacteria and inhibits it. However, if this penicillin mistakenly binds to the red blood cells, it can cause hypersensitivity, which is an adverse effect to this drug. So let's talk a little bit about the drugs now. We have the three main categories of penicillins. The first one is natural penicillins, which include penicillin G benzathine, and penicillin VK. So this group generally has a very narrow spectrum. It only covers gram-positive bacteria, and they are beta-lactamase sensitive, which means they are resisted by bacteria. The next group is antistaphylococcal penicillins, also known as beta-lactamase-resistant penicillins, also known as penicillinase-resistant penicillins. And as the name suggests, they resist the beta-lactamase enzyme. So they can work on bacteria without being resisted. However, they still have a very narrow spectrum of gram-positive bacteria, and they cannot work on MRSA or enterococci bacteria. The last group is called extended spectrum penicillins, and as the name suggests, it has an extended spectrum covering gram-positive and gram-negative bacteria, covering Pseudomonas bacteria, and it has a higher spectrum. We have aminopenicillins, carboxypenicillins, and uridopenicillins. The problem that arises here that they are beta-lactamase sensitive. So to solve this issue, these drugs are usually paired with beta-lactamase inhibitors. So ampicillin is paired with clavulanic acid, amoxicillin is paired with sulbactam, ticarcillin is paired with clavulanic acid, and finally piperacillin is paired with tazobactam. These beta-lactamase inhibitors work aside with the penicillins. So this group of drug has a wide spectrum and a good resistance to the bacteria.